Good afternoon, Keeps Up the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and welcome to Savage Saturday Comic Review, episode 112, I think. So I lose track. I make the thumbnails. I make them a week out ahead, and then I forget what I put on the thumbnail, right? Um, but joining me in our fifth part of our artist series, we have Stephanie here. How you doing, madam?
I'm good. I'm great.
And would you like to tell everybody who you are today, as if they don't know?
I am Dazzler, in case you are new to the comic book world. Like I was. So, yes, here I am. I can't sing, though, at all. So, there's that.
It's all right.
So don't ask me to sing.
Well, we can just throw some auto tune on you, right? It works
Right.
for everybody else. All right, so this week,
Swift, right?
did you want to announce who we are reviewing, Stephanie?
Joe Jusko? Jusko, is that correct?
Yep, you
Okay.
got it. And now Stephanie had a special request to do one of them last, so we're going to do that. We're going to say hi to the chat real quick before we get going. And first in, as always, we know who it is. Las Cruces.
Yes!
Good evening, James. How you doing? Or good afternoon. Woo, I'm skipping ahead in my day.
That's
We have
first
Tony.
name. I never knew Las Cruces' first name.
Yeah. Bonjour, mes amis. Just
Oh,
because tu
bonjour,
le
mon ami.
I say un bon journée.
Bonjour.
And there it is in English. Good morning, my friends. Hope everyone's having a great day. Las Cruces again. We have Matt, Comics by the Bay Inn, who next month on the 25th will be on In the Hot Seat with the Usual Suspects.
Cool.
And Tony's saying hello to us all. We have CJ Design in. Good afternoon, CJ. Shop is coming up in June on In the Hot Seat with the Usual Suspects. He's already done his 1011.
Shop.
All right, another artist in our community. We have Trev joining us.
Trev.
Let's go Savage Saturday. Gary, Madam Shop, Matt, CJ, Tony, and Las Cruces. Phil Ailing, good afternoon, sir. Nice to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And Izzy Versus here. How you doing, Izzy? Nice to see you, sir.
Sing.
Matt Woods. Hello, peeps.
Hey.
Well, boy. How you doing, Brad? Nice to see you, sir. Random Rick Reviews. How you doing, Rick? Nice to see you, buddy. And the Keepers of the Cash. Matt Woods is already trying to start trouble.
What?
Joe Jusko sucks. Just kidding. Love his art. Jean Malot. How you doing, sir? Bleecker Street. How you doing? Bleecker Street will be coming up on the 1011 as well.
Oh, really?
And after we get him on the 1011, we'll get him on In the Hot Seat.
Cool.
Travis saying this is going to be a good one. Madam says that's what you think. She's got her critic's eye ready. Phil Caston's here. How you doing, Phil? Nice to see you, sir. And so some of the upcoming talent we have coming on the shows, we have K-Pop, Katie from K-Pop Junkie. Bleecker Street's coming up. We got Izzy coming up on the 1011 as well. And I think, Psychedelic Comics is here.
Psychedelic.
How you doing, Psych? Nice to see you, sir. And we are just about sleepy readers here. Damien, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you.
Oh, he's vision on his thing. Cool.
Right. All right. So I'm curious, guys. I told you this one was print worthy. So your feedback so far has been, yes, it's print worthy.
Yes. Joe Jusko, I found to be print worthy of my printer.
Brian LCS. You may have seen Stephanie on a show earlier this morning. Neil Collects. How you doing, Neil?
Hey, Neil. My breakfast competition.
Right. And so Stephanie already knows that Dazzler is a channel favorite here. But I don't think everyone realized that how many Dazzler fans are actually out there in the community.
I had no idea. I really thought she was she came up was one of my later cosplays because I was just running out of characters.
Right.
To me, she was a real obscure character that I, didn't think anything of. You don't really see her in the movies, right?
No, she was in the last X-Men movie as a cameo.
Oh, was she? I didn't.
Yep. So she was at a party scene, but no, she would make a great TV show set in the 70s in the disco era.
Right.
But let's we're not here to talk Daz. Oh, the Jackson here. All right. Now Jackson should be more reserved today, Stephanie, because he
Oh.
does like Joe Jusko, so he won't be as snarky as he was with Michael Golden.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. But all right, so let's get to our first piece.
Okay.
And got them talking. So let's start out right here, which is a great piece. A story of Conan a bit in his younger days, which when you're looking at Joe Jusko's art, he had some Conan, like when he does his full face, like close up, he makes him look a little too apish for me. But other times he nails it. I think this is one of those instances. Joe Jusko does a good job of drawing Conan in different ages. Like when you read the stories, Conan gets bigger and thicker the older he gets, and this is him a little bit younger. Matt Woods, we can, Matt.
That's so mean.
Trev here. The only time you'll hear Gary say, "We're not here to talk Dazzler." Everyone knows she's a favorite. All right, but so let's bring this up. We're gonna present and share the screen. So let's get everyone's opinions on this piece first, and
Yes.
let's see. Yes, gotta go through all the stuff. Select a tab, and
Jackson, I have some pics on Instagram of me as Dazzler with the Savage Saturday or whatever.
she does. And hello, John, and fun pics too. You did quite a few poses to come up with what we ended up using in the thumbnail. All right. So this is the piece that we're discussing today, the first one. So everyone in the audience, let us know what you think of this piece. This one I like a lot. Again, you already know that I'm a big sucker for anything with blue in the cover. I love the blues in this one. It gives it that good mystique, that dungeon feel, and just a great story this was with this ape and the evil wizard, and Conan was on kind of a mission to kill someone, and things weren't going as planned. But he was already locked up. He had to escape a dungeon. He had a little help, and there was a whole lot of hijinks that ensued. But without further ado, Stephanie, we're going to make you big, and we're going to get your opinion on this piece to start us out while the chat warms up. Tony says that this cover is cool. Trev loves this cover, or this piece of art. And let's see. Let's get my ugly mug out of here and make Stephanie big with the art.
All right, this is not my favorite piece. It's there's a little bit too much Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he's really working out hard here with those muscles. I mean, we got a lot of lines going there. Like, and then like, what's this divot going on over here in his leg? I don't know. That's a huge loincloth. I think he got Jesus's loincloth because it's awfully big. I don't know what's going on. It's an unnecessarily large loincloth. And then we move over to the ape who has nothing in the loin area, which is kind of weird. And then
Conan was feeling a little subconscious, because he knows Brian LCS was really looking at that loincloth. So Conan was trying to cover up a little.
Other than that, the thing I like about it, I like the orange dot, the orange coming in the background, and I like the action. But other than that, I can't say that I'm in love with how well it's drawn.
Huh. See, this piece I really do like a lot. We got Phil saying that the only thing that bothered him was that he thought the metal wall piece in front of the gorilla was a pouch at first.
Yeah.
Conan's figure does not bother him. Trev says he needs coverage. It's funny what the different things we look at, because all the times I've looked at this, I've never looked at the groin area of the gorilla, Stephanie. Just saying.
Can't take me anywhere. Yeah, you really can't.
Never noticed it. I'll leave that to you and Brian LCS. See, Brian's looking at it. Yes. You know what? We'll have to do a whole loincloth episode where Brian can critique the loincloths and we can judge them.
That's a great idea.
Right? Loincloths with Brian. Uh,
Loincloth.
Now we got Matt booting you. Now it looks like our live stream's done, madam.
Okay, well,
He's now ejected both of us.
I guess we're both gone. Matt's
Well,
taking over.
right. Stephanie and I will just hang out backstage. We don't need you guys. We can entertain ourselves.
Talk Joe Jesco.
Right. All right. So we'll advance to the next piece. Absolutely, Damien, the loin critique. And Matt Woods says he's never had a conversation about gorilla loins before. Yes, just goat loins. Matt's all about the goat loins.
Someone has to point some stuff out, you know?
Enjoy that Mario movie, Matt. It's a lot of fun, man. You're gonna enjoy it.
Comics by the Bay. Thank you for this morning. Set my morning off right.
The Jackson Roykert. Can we boot Matt Woods? Oh wait, I can. Yes, I was gonna say you have a blue wrench, Jackson.
Some boot Matt Woods.
You can put him in timeout, Jackson. There's a timeout option if you're a moderator. Which Stephanie, you can do now too. You're a moderator on the channel.
I am.
You are.
You know I'm so technologically illiterate that I won't be able to do that.
That's all right. We can teach you, Steph.
I don't know if I can be taught.
All right, let's drop down and let's go here and let's advance to our next piece.
Yay!
Oh, hold on. Before I do that, Stephanie, I got to remove this because I have sound on this and I don't want to get us copyright striked.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to advance it and then I'll show it again. All right, we're going to add it back in. So this, and let me see, we'll make me big on this one for a second. And, all right, there we go. All right, so this is the piece. This one I like a lot on the battlefield. You got the arrows, you got a lot of savageness happening. Words are hard, everybody. I like that you got birds of prey in the sky waiting to feed on the dead. And you just got a lot of misery going on in this cover. But a lot of triumph for Conan. A piece that I think is really good. Again, you got the two Conan and the bad guy over there who he is going to have to face off against. I like the standoff. I like that Conan's in the foreground and the bad guy's in the background, and that they're both on a little rock pedestal to face off against each other. So I think that one is a lot of fun, and we're going to go back to, let's go this way. Make Stephanie big, and we'll get her with the piece, and then we'll look at what the audience is saying. And Jackson says he won't boot Matt. He needs somebody to pick on. And then Matt Wood says, "Yep, I knew it. Jackson won't do it." And Jean Malot says that he likes this cover. Okay. And Stephanie, what are your feelings on this piece?
It's not as bad as the last piece. I will say though, I really like the things I like about it. I like all the arrows in the shield. I really like the slabs that they're on, because I feel like those are like sacrificial slabs or something, you know,
right,
like they both got like a sacrifice there. And this guy's arm's a little wonky right here.
Neil says too much sky. He wants more crotch action.
Crotch action. Yeah, these kind of covered up the crotch action. But I feel like with this figure, this main figure, he's too ripped in every muscle. Like every single muscle is so tense. There's like no relaxation muscles. Do you know what I mean? To like give your eye a breath. Like he shouldn't have like every single muscle of every. You know what I mean? Like
he's overly flexed.
Be relaxed.
Yeah, he's way too flexed.
Yes.
Like every muscle's on edge.
I mean, even his quads. You know.
So we got Phil saying that that he enjoyed this one. Like the kind of a quiet after the battle, but before the standoff. He also likes that the villain is in the shadows, Lets the viewer use their imagination as to what he looks like. Bobby's saying hi to everybody. Tony says great detail. And Phil also says he likes the calm blue over what was no doubt a lot of action. And Trev says another great one. Love how Conan pops out of the blue sky. Jean Malo says this was before steroids, Stephanie. Jean. Brian says overflexing happens to him all the time. Brian gets that bacon flex. Loincloths and crispy bacon. That's what Brian's all about. Yeah, Jackson says in the Hyborian age, you relax your muscles, you die. And Nord saying that he deflected a lot of arrows there.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jerry. Nice to see you,
sir. Arrows too, actually.
One of the channel favorites there, Jerry the Jitterbug.
Jerry!
And yes, Matt Wood saying Stephanie Conan wasn't eating carbs, was probably permanently ripped. Because he's real.
Yeah, he was totally on the paleo diet, I'm sure.
And Phil says Conan has to be ripped. His sword and shield got to weigh a ton. Part of the barbarian lifestyle.
All right. Okay. There's some pushback on the ripness, I see.
And Damien's got a good observation here. He says it does seem they sometimes go overboard using bodybuilder contest images as reference.
Yes.
And overall, you liked it, but it wasn't your favorite. You're having a problem with how Joe Jusko does musculature right now.
I think my favorite part is really this guy getting impaled right here in his face.
Yeah, there's a lot of brutality, and also the guy below that's just slowly dying. You can see his face, but the guy that's slowly dying, his one arm, like his right arm seems a little off.
That's right. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's too straight.
But here we are critiquing one of the greatest ever. Like, all right, so let's go back. Let's go back.
I Brian, I feel like a terrible person because I can dissect like anything, and I feel so bad. Like, just give me a couple minutes with it, and I'll find some stuff. Yeah.
And Izzy says Jusko draws his bodies with oil.
Yeah, no kidding.
His barbarians. I did show Stephanie a Dazzler cover that Jusko did, which is oil free.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll hold it up for reference because Stephanie is dressed as Dazzler.
Great.
But let's see. Let's swap us out a second. So so this is Jusko's Dazzler.
So good.
And
I don't have the collar. I wish I had the collar.
Stephanie's got the same little disco ball necklace.
This is my daughter's off a headband and a safety pin.
But you got the eye makeup, Stephanie. That's the most important.
I guess I should have no bangs though. I don't know.
There we go. We have a double Dazzler appearance on a Conan special.
Woo!
All right, so
I wish I could sing.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so advance here.
What's next?
Well, I'm advancing. Remember, I can't show it until I'm ready because I'll get us copyright striked with the music.
Okay.
All right, next, Stephanie, is this piece. So let's see. There we go for the audience to see. Psychedelic says, Norman Raz says he wouldn't have guessed that was Jusko, the Dazzler.
Oh.
Psychedelic says classic cover. He remembers that one. Bobby De La Ghetto loves it. Dazzler showing up with the best part of the Dark Phoenix. Yes, exactly. She was the best part of that movie, even though she was only on for seconds. Bangs gives Stephanie a little Gwen Stacy look. Beautiful.
Oh,
I don't know if Stephanie, do you know who Gwen Stacy is?
Gwen Stacy?
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that one of the Spider-Man's that girl, the reporter girl, whatever?
She was one of his exes from high school.
Right.
She died, but then she came back as Ghost Spider from an alternate from a multiverse.
Cool.
Couching and slouching. C. Bizzle says she looks amazing. There you go.
Stop.
All right, so
I woke up just like this.
Yeah. Well, we have video evidence this morning that you did not. So you already ruined that one.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So let's see, Stephanie. Let's take a look. So this is the next piece. Again, cool monsters. Another nice dungeon scene. I'm a sucker for any underwater cover or dungeon cover. I just love them. But that is the piece we're looking at the moment. So let me get my face out of here, and we'll get Stephanie back on. And we're representing the Devils today, guys. I hope you appreciate it because this thing is really hot.
Turn on a fan, Gary.
Right. All right. So there you go, Stephanie. And your thoughts on this? Let's remove this, and you can just show your printout.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of this one. I think his head is too small. I feel like there's no neck. I feel like his quad is popping out again, like really a whole bunch. The creatures aren't my favorite. There's nothing really I'm insanely in love with about this. I'm sorry, but I do like the way he signed his signature right here.
He does do a good signature, Jessica.
That's about it with this one, I think.
While you're holding that up, let's take a look at what the audience had to say about it. This one says, Stephanie's wrong. Couldn't be more wrong. She's wrong. Can't believe no. That's not in there. I just put that. I made that. I made it up.
Gary, stop it. I'm not coming back on your show anymore.
It says, Jean Malo, okay, it's more of a thing. Phil says, I like this one, except for the expression on the creature's face. Conan is choking. I thought the expression doesn't match the scene. He likes the depth in the background. You get a sense he is surrounded. Tony says that he loves the dungeon artwork. Magnificent. Bobby De Logetto says, underwater dungeon. Stephanie's disco effect is giving it an underwater look for real. And Trev says he's kind of too small for him. Yeah. Trev likes a good beefy barbarian, let it be said here.
So do I.
Damien says, it's a great cover. He loves the blue tones and the action. All right, Damien and I agree on this one. I do love the blue tone. I love the action, and this one actually works for me. Like I said, there's a lot of Jusco that I don't care for. Mm-hmm. None of them were in this portfolio. Maybe I'll send you some pics, Stephanie, and some of the ones I thought were bad just to get your opinion on them that I have in the PC. But
can I just point out, like right here, let's just revisit this muscle there that's going on.
Oh, look at she circled and everything. Look at her doing her work over there. Noran Raz says, if you cross your eyes a little, it turns into the original Star Wars cover. Phil says it reminds him of the original of the computer game Diablo. I have played Diablo.
I played Diablo too.
Way too many hours of Diablo, Phil. I was hooked on that game. I would play it, beat it, start it all over again, play it, beat it, start it all over again.
Too much of my college was playing Diablo, I think.
Oh, Diablo was awesome. His arm was holding the sword. Trev says the arm that's holding the sword is bothering him.
Yeah, see?
Let me see. Let me take a...
That's a great loincloth, but I'm just really suspicious of what it's made of, you know? It's...
Oh, I remember you telling me about that. You thought it was made out of the pubic hair of his enemies. With Conan, you get a slaying and a shave. Jean Malo says, the one I sent you earlier, Vampirella, is really nice. Yep. Yeah, he has a signed one, which is really nice. So Damien says, anatomy lessons with Stephanie. And you got Trev and Bobby laughing over there, and Noran. So far, you've liked them, but they haven't knocked you out of the park in any way.
I'm a heart critic. There is one I really like.
Matt said he just vomited a little bit in his mouth. Kenneth Bird, nice to see you, sir. How are you? All right, so we'll move on. Now, this next one I really like. So we'll see what I like the crazy face. We'll see what Stephanie has to say about it. And Jackson Roykirk says, wow, I don't want to get in a fight and lose to Stephanie. Yeah, she's, Jackson, she's the type of person that when she beats you, she does a little dance after. Well, she's got to celebrate the victory.
That's probably true. I am very competitive.
Called out here live. All
You
right, let's
probably-
get to the
you're
next
right.
piece here.
You see my
Um,
inner soul now.
That's okay. And there we go. All right, so now I can share it now that I got it through. Now, this is our next piece here, Stephanie.
Uh-huh.
Again, another blue background dungeon. It seems like the blue color aesthetic really works for Jesco when he's drawing Conan. It seems like something he likes a lot, which I didn't notice till we actually started talking about it this show. I love the blood on the sword. The sword looks amazing. And I just like Conan kicking the foes back and getting ready to kill a few. And I like the savageness on his face. He is in the moment. He's got his red Sumerian rage up, and he is ready to slay anyone that even gets within swinging distance of his sword. And you can and what I like too is a little to his right and look lower. You can see the splintered spear that he cut
Oh yeah.
while he was slaying the one guy. So you got the action going there. So Stephanie, your opinion of this piece, and we'll make you big.
Okay. You're right. He does use that blue. He uses that muted blue a lot in all of these panels. You know, I'm not in love with this face. This is a face that will keep me up at night. You know, it will. Like, I do love the blood on the sword. I think
You don't like the fierceness of being in the battle, though, on his face. I mean, he's fighting to survive.
I mean, I'm scared. You know, I don't want to see him with a sword. And his sword is cool because it has the blood coming off of it, which is
right.
Really cool.
Yeah.
This sword is very effective because he's all fleshy, so it makes it feel like, you know, like he's so vulnerable. He's about to get pierced, maybe. So that adds to like some of the drama and the action. And I didn't even notice but you're right that spear has been cut by him, which I did not notice before. But I think it's just okay.
Well, you got Tony saying that he loves it. Damn, I love this one. Trev says favorite so far. Fanboy, nice to see you, sir.
Hey!
And Phil says he thought this was great. Catches Conan in a frenzy. Reminds me of Wolverine's old crazed berserker rages. Yes, well, Conan originated the berserker rage, Phil. That's where Wolverine learned it from. And Matt Wood says, so Conan has a great battle face. Well done, Jesco. So on this one, Stephanie, Norm Rad likes the staircase. So all the guys like it. And now I'd be curious to get more female opinions on this, seeing it wasn't your favorite. But all the gents seem to like this one.
All the gents love it.
And I do. One of the things I like, the detail is I like that his legs up and he's kicking the foes back. Like he's totally fighting in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I like the lightning in the sky. You know, whenever you add lightning, it always gives a cool effect, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that one was a crowd favorite, but not a Stephanie favorite. And at this point in Series 5, you guys, in Episode 5, you guys may be wondering, does Stephanie really like anything? But Wetwood says his wife said that it was a great painting. And Bobby De La Ghetto says Conan doesn't judge, but he will set up your appointment with Crom. Now, Crom
what does that mean?
Conan's God.
Oh.
So if he's going to send you to Crom, he's going to kill you.
Oh. Bobby.
Take care, John. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Jackson Roy Kirk says the face is a little over the top, but it's the best one so far.
The face is over the top. I agree.
Trev says bring out the Jenny Frizzens. I'm actually curious what she would do with a Conan.
I'm coming. Just a second.
And oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
That would be interesting, right? The Department of Truth.
Trev said to bring out the Frisians, and Trev gifted me this Frisian, so nice. I had to bust it out for him because I love it. And Matt Woods, I didn't forget about you. I just need to bust out his.
And Matt Wood says the Jackson Roy Kirk is over the top. And Bobby De La Ghetto says, "Not you, Stephanie, with hard eyes." The Trev says, "Fire." So Trev is liking his own gifts. So
I think
Trev,
I love it. It's one of my faves. So.
right? All
Yeah.
right. So let me get the next one set up, and while Stephanie is entertaining you guys.
Okay. Here, let me sing. Let me sing "Happy Birthday" to Gary. Did everyone know it's Gary's birthday today?
Let's see. Happy birthday! Yeah, my birthday's not for a few months.
When is your birthday?
July 4th.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. I'm so bad.
Why? It doesn't really matter.
It does. Of course it does. I try to remember people's birthdays. I try like cement them in on my calendar.
Stephanie, I'm
I
going to
think
be
birthdays are important.
It's not important.
It is important.
Oh,
It's a day to celebrate you. You know.
it'll be a nice boring day here, trust me.
Nice birthday.
All right, so next up we have so this is our next piece, Stephanie. This is Conan in battle with Rawl. And to give you a little background on this piece, you see all the pink worms on the bottom that Conan's
Yes.
fighting through?
Yes.
So those were all once people. What that character Rawl does, that Conan's fighting, this giant, is he takes people and he reduces their souls to worms and then he devours them. That's why he's called the Devourer of Souls. And he lives off eating the souls of people. But he can only consume them once he turns them into these worms. And then once he devours your soul, there's no afterlife for you.
Oh.
So he kills you in a couple different ways.
Okay.
Matt Woods, Gary and Tom Cruise were born on the 4th of July.
I need my marker now.
Oh, Tony's turning 50. See, I am one of the older guys here. So let's get you big again, Stephanie, with the piece. And as you get yourself together, we'll get your opinion. Let me actually remove this so you can show your stuff.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I think I like the colors of this the most. I think that this guy is just way too big for Conan. I really love this girl over here. She's gorgeous and she's so faint you can barely see her, so you have to look for her. The wet things down here, well done. But what I really like, besides the action, this white swoop going through here, is over here in the background is like a whole little scene. I love this little scene back here.
Right, with them fighting in the background.
Yes, he is way too ripped. He's too oiled. Like he just got done doing a bunch of crunches, and it's too much. I just want one muscle relaxed.
But Stephanie, you didn't comment on the loincloth in this one. Brian cannot watch this video unless you give your loincloth commentary.
It's a nice loincloth.
There you go. So I love that piece actually. So Rawl is a giant character. And part of the thing with Rawl too is this was an enemy that Conan had a lot of problems defeating and sometimes needed help. And a few times he fought him, he had a few people with him, like Red Sonja and a couple other people. But I like too, because you see Conan's kind of in trouble. The worms are on him, and if you look at that shield, just got cut away from him.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, now I see that. I didn't really recognize that's what was going on.
So Conan's not really winning this one a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt Woods, I agree. Rawl was a great character from Jim Owsley, who today goes by the name Christopher Priest. For those of you who don't know, and has had a well-received run on Vampirella. Conan is oily, and Phil is saying that Conan's oily from the worm slime, Stephanie. It's not oil. You got Brian peeping. Brian's going to kill me with the eye emojis. So yes, we are going to have to do a fun episode where we have Brian on and just do loincloth reviews. You and I will seek out different loincloth pictures and have Brian review them.
Brian, what do you think?
They should have had Conan like me with the Bobby De La Ghetto says Conan needed a dad bod like all of us, Bobby.
Yeah.
Damien's laughing. We're all older dads though. But
Except for Phil. Phil's not an older dad. Phil's a new dad.
yes.
Phil
Well, I meant old age wise, Stephanie.
Right. Phil Tassik's not old though. Phil Tassik's
I don't know how old
he's
he
got
is.
to be in his 20s or something.
Really, I thought he looks like around 34 to me.
Really?
Yep.
I think he could be like 26.
Phil will have to tell us who's right.
And then tell us who you like more.
Stephanie and I are gonna have to put a bet on this. Brian the loin father. There you go, Trev.
I'm a new old dad. Oh.
Okay. He's 43. He'll be 44. We were both way wrong. The good news here, Phil, is we both put you way younger.
Yeah, Phil, you look great. Kids will keep you young and sleep deprived.
The important message here, Stephanie, is that I was more right than you.
Okay, yes. We can take a moment and let that sink in.
Well, I'm not putting myself on camera because I'm doing a dance.
I bet you are.
No, ma'am, I'm not. All right, so, there we go. Tony, what does LCS and Brian's name stand for? Loincloth Specialist.
Brian, I'm so sorry.
So now we're going to get to our last piece. And then you said you printed out a few other pieces of his you wanted to share, right?
Oh, gosh, I was going to, but I didn't.
Oh, I was lied to.
So, forgive me.
Oh, Matt's saying I'm doing my loincloth dance. Now, I had my yearly physical at the doctor's yesterday, Matt. I got violated enough yesterday.
Oh, God, I didn't want to know.
I had my cry blanket with me. All right, hold on, Stephanie. I'm going to advance this to our last one.
Okay.
And entertain the masses for a moment.
You guys know it's Gary's birthday today?
All right, so Stephanie asked for this one for last. I don't know if it's because it's her favorite or her least favorite, but let's show it. And excuse me, in the middle of beyond there. All right, so this is the last piece. Now, Stephanie, with this piece here, this is actually one of his most famous Conan depictions.
Okay.
Like, this was used in tons of Marvel promotional material, and a lot of times whenever you saw Conan promoted, you would see this piece of art in association with a Conan promotion.
Okay.
But I think it's a classic. Of course, no background. This is just all about looking at Conan and the figure of Conan. And
well, it looks like he's about to battle somebody.
Right? We got Jackson Roykirk picking on me. Some modern day barbarian brings his crying blanket to the doctor's office. You don't know what happened. Bobby De La Ghetto says this one he loves. Phil says, I like this one a lot. For me, this is the quintessential Conan. Tells you everything that you need to know about Conan in one image. Yes, and Matt Woods knows. Gary, the physicals at our age are a violation. They sure are.
You know something? This is the smallest violin for you guys. I don't know why. Because girls have to go to doctors and we get violated all the time.
Oh, I'm not saying
more
it was
than you guys.
anyway,
you don't even know how bad it is. Okay.
I know you women have it worse at the doctor.
Nothing compared to what girls have to go through going to the doctor growing up.
And Jeff says, not my favorite. I enjoy the backgrounds on Conan art. And Tony says, definitely a classic. Damien says, looks Buscema inspired. This is the one I like most in the collection, says D. Jackson Roykirk. Mm-hmm. And we have Biggie Shack joining us. How you doing, Biggie? Nice to see you, sir.
What's up?
And all right, so we are going to go to your opinion, Stephanie. So go ahead.
I love it. I can pick out a few things wrong with it, though, if you want me to. But other than that, I really love it. I think it's really well done. I love the white backgrounds. You can really pick everything out. If these arrows weren't here, it would not be as effective. I love the little blood streak down here in the snow. That's great. His muscles and everything look great. His loincloth looks great. The only thing that I would change
Yeah, the blood on the axe is cool.
just a minute. He's missing like the rest of the arrows on him. Like, where did the arrows go? They're like all broken off, like inside of the shield. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that when looking at those, because I thought, like, what I really like too on this one, I like that he's got the bear cape,
Yeah.
and I like the job on the hilt of the sword is amazing. I think the hilt of the sword on his back looks fantastic.
Right. I just wish the hilt of the sword. I just wish the sword was lined up like this so you could see it more.
Right.
Because it would add more of a compositionally, it go around more. I don't know.
Norin says if there's swords in the shield, you need a background. Phil says being a guy is great. As Seinfeld once said, it is a trade-off. If we're ever on a boat and it sinks, women and children leave first. But this is a good one. I like So what I like here, when you take a look at his eyes in the shadow of them, those are like Ernie Chan eyes. Like this. So whenever Ernie Chan inked Conan, you can always tell, especially with the eyes, with the way Ernie Chan inked.
Okay.
It was amazing. Ernie Chan inked John Buscema the best in my opinion. But so Norna's saying a snowy mountain peak would have been good. But you kind of get the feeling that Conan, there's something in front of Conan that he's about to take care of.
Oh yeah.
But I thought, so the left arm on there, you don't think is a little big for the shield, or the shield's a little small for the hand?
It doesn't bother me as much.
All right, I thought you would pick apart the shield.
Overall, I just really wanted this to be brought out more because it disappears in the background and you don't see it.
Right.
And I also wanted some of the arrows to come through here because it was confusing me that there were no arrows going through. Maybe that's
symbolic. Mark?
Oh,
Mark Andrews has joined us, Stephanie.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Matt Woods says yes. Shout out to Ernie Chan. Matt Woods and I are both huge Ernie Chan fans.
Oh,
and
really?
The first Conan comic Matt Woods ever bought was an Ernie Chan cover.
Really?
Bobby De La Ghetto, also an Ernie Chan fan.
Yeah, that's a great face he did.
Mark says that's Conan without his morning coffee. Yeah, he says the arrowheads are buried deep in the metal shield but do not penetrate. I don't know. I will agree with you on the arrows, because if they're breaking off in there, then the shafts would just shatter and fall down.
Yeah.
So that's a piece of it I never noticed before.
Yeah.
So good perspective, Steph.
Well, I don't know if it's good, but it's my perspective.
Well, I mean, it's a detail I didn't notice all the times I've looked at this cover throughout my life,
Right.
And you forget, I probably looked at this cover a couple hundred times.
Oh wow, really?
Well, I've had it. I mean, I've been a Conan fan since I was a teenager, and I'm over 50, so I've seen it once or twice.
So, is this your favorite one?
Of my favorite Conan ever? No.
Oh, what's your favorite Conan ever?
Ooh. Oh, it'd be tough. It'd be a toss up between, depending on the era of Conan, it'd either be a toss up between a Barry Windsor Smith, who depicted Conan great when he was young, a John Buscema, who was my favorite all time Conan artist, or Ernie Chan, who was probably my second favorite Conan artist.
I mean, Gary, what's your one image of Conan? When you think of Conan, you're like, it comes to your mind and you're like, this is the picture that I love. This is Conan, And you just named 3 artists. Like,
it would be, then if I had to do that, the cover that always comes to my mind first and it should be Conan #1, but it's not. It's Conan 100,
Okay.
with Conan holding Belit on the pirate ship, dead in his arms, the love of his life, the one woman that he was submissive for, that he loved, and her greed got her killed. And he's holding her, and you could see the sadness on Conan's face. That image, first sketched out by Ernie Chan, and then redone by John Buscema for the cover.
Mm-hmm. What about Matt Woods? Matt Woods, what's your favorite Conan? I know you're a huge Conan.
Oh, I know what his favorite Conan is.
What is it?
I can't remember the issue. It's an Ernie Chan cover, and it's just Conan by himself. And it's a great one. Mark Andrews says modern Conan artist is Alex Ross for me, and then classic is Buscema. Exactly. Yes, Matt Woods just said it best. Picking a favorite Conan art is like picking your favorite breath of air. They're always going to leave you wanting more. Yeah, and Bobby De La Ghetto says the one time he cried when Belit died.
Bella.
No, that was just that's
Bella?
autocorrect messing with
Is
him.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Belit. I will send you a picture of. Oh, you know what? If you want to hold on, I actually have it slabbed.
You have it? That would be cool. Yeah, show it.
Okay. So entertain them, Stephanie. Bedazzle
Why do you say that? Like, what am I gonna do? Hey guys,
you're the dazzler.
let me talk to somebody. Phil, how you doing? How's the baby doing? How's baby Tastic and Mrs. Tastic doing? That's what I want to know. Because I know it's hard having a little baby. Phil Tastic, talk to me. Saying Mark Andrews, I explained earlier that unfortunately, when God was hanging out singing talents, I was missed. But I can hold this microphone. Stephanie, you're dazzling. Thank you, Bobby. Aww.
All right. So, Stephanie.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready.
When I think Conan, and this is my favorite storyline in all the comics. It was a 3-year storyline going from issue 58 to issue 100 in Conan the Barbarian. With these issues, Roy Thomas introduced me to Conan, and he got me into reading Robert E. Howard, which I've read my whole life. Year after year after year, I read the stories. Whether it's Conan, whether it's Solomon Kane, whether it's King Kull, whether it's Dark Agnes, whether it's Red Sonja Rogatine, or his horror stories. But I'll make myself big and show it to you.
Okay.
So let's remove this. So when I think Conan, and it should be Conan 1 that pops into my head, but it is always this cover, which has always been my favorite Conan cover.
Wow. Oh, I love it. That's great.
And there you can see Conan holding the love of his life dead in his arms.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Everyone on that ship.
Love it.
So she was the queen of that ship. She was the pirate queen, Belit. And her and the Black Corsairs accepted Conan after they had killed everyone else on a boat that he was on. She instantly chose Conan as her lover. She did the mating dance for Conan.
Wow.
And Conan was actually submissive to this. This is the only person Conan was ever submissive to. Until even when Queen Zenobia came along and he married Queen Zenobia, no one ever quite replaced Belit in Conan's eyes.
Now, can you describe the mating dance for me?
Well, she so in the comics they had to give her clothes. So when she would do the dance, she was topless on her ship in the story. So Belit wore very little clothes, but it was a seductive dance which she did in front of the whole crowd of the ship. And then her and Conan went to her chambers, and they consummated after the dance.
Interesting. I was wondering if you could give us an example of the dance or something, but
I cannot. Yes, Archangels, the Dance of Veils. Hold on, we're missing some good chat here as you pick on me, Stephanie. So Bobby says that's a powerful one, and
that is a powerful one.
Matt Wood's favorite cover art is the Conan Barbarian 24. Yep, which Stephanie you always see behind me here.
Okay.
Plus, I have the slab of it over there, the Barry Windsor Smith. And that's the one that Phil Tastic did of me on the cover.
Overall. Can you get that one off your wall and show it to me real quick?
Sure.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So, right here, Stephanie, is one of my other. Let me.
And this is Barry Windsor Smith, right?
This one's Barry Windsor Smith. The one I just showed you was John Buscema and Ernie Chan.
Okay.
All right. And hold on, we'll get Conan's inks on this cover. It's the only time you see it. Yeah. Well, that was the great thing with his relationship with Billy, Stephanie, is you saw more aspects of Conan. You saw his vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And Immortal Biggie Shacks is pretty depressing. It was a depressing story, but one of the best. Exactly, Mark.
Good.
Mark says, "Don't ask Stephanie because I'll take my shirt off again." I'm already roasting in this as it is, there, Mark. John's Comments for Kids. Good morning. All right,
Hey.
so let me make myself big, and so. And this is actually my favorite Red Sonja armor.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah,
I like how everyone is very monochromatic except for Conan and Red Sonja.
Right, yeah, they're the standouts.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice, man.
Now,
Thank you.
I want to show you real quick, Stephanie. We'll do this as an extra. This is Adam Hughes' Red Sonja, who is
Okay.
known for how well he does women.
Okay.
So,
Holy moly.
you got a couple guys at the bar that are about to see the end of their life this day. Because they are hitting on the wrong woman and putting their hands on the wrong person.
Oh, that's great.
And you can see
Love
her
it.
eyes.
Yeah.
She's about to wreak havoc on them. They don't know it, but they're minutes away from breathing their last.
Well, I got a feeling that Bierstein's going to be thrown on them first.
But that is the cover. That one I showed you, 100, is what I think of when I think of Conan.
Cool.
And it showed so much of who Conan was. And then just for you, we'll give you a little beefcake, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, I love Arnold. You cannot go wrong with Arnold as Conan. He was just, I mean, I remember watching that as a child and just being like, gosh, this guy is ripped.
Right. Well, it's.
I remember him pushing the big milling wheel, like when he was chained up and he was imprisoned, and he was like pushing this big trunk around in a circle. Yeah, love him.
There we go.
Governor.
Yeah, we got it slabbed in CBCS and CGC.
Nice.
Yes, I've been tracking that. And Aggressive
really?
Relax says, I don't know what opening line I would use on Red Sonja, but you got to try. It would be an honorable death.
What?
Right? Oh, goodness. But, all right. So, Stephanie, let's get to the rating part of the show. So, as you saw, my kid spilled something on the pad I was keeping the score of. So, our first one, we had Bart Sears, and you gave him a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
All right. And then we had Doug Beekman, and you gave him a 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm. He's also good.
All right. Then we had Nestor Redondo, and you gave him a 4.3 out of 5.
Uh-huh.
Then we had your favorite, Michael Golden, and you gave him a 0.5 out of 5. The bar went really low that week. So now this week we're on Joe Jusko, and what would you give Mr. Jusko on his art? Oh, why am I the only one on the screen? You got to correct me when that happens, Stephanie.
That's okay. I don't care.
All right, so
I think Joe Jusko is probably a really great guy, but I'm going to give him a 3.
a 3.
Yeah, because I really wasn't in love with all of his stuff. I think they're too muted. Like the colors were muted, except for this one, where it's you got all the color. And I really just really liked one of his, and this has got to be his best piece. You're telling me, right? So
Well,
overall,
it's
I'm gonna
one of
give
his. Yeah, it's one of his best pieces.
okay.
So Stephanie, did you want a preview of next week's final one?
Yes,
And
this is supposed to be
this
the
is,
best now, right?
This is my favorite Savage Sword of Conan cover artist.
Okay.
So, I mean, depending on how you view this one, might depend on if you get canceled from YouTube or not.
Oh.
No, I this is a great one. So Earl Norham, just so you know, he is really honestly one of my favorite cover artists. He is my favorite Savage Sword of Conan cover artist. So you ready for the peek? Here we go. This cover I always say is so good that you can feel the cold when you're looking at it. And like normal, guys, I will be posting these on Instagram for all of you to spend some time with. And the Jackson Roy Kirk agrees with me. Yes, Norma's number one. I'm so afraid to see how Madam rates this. So this one, he was fighting a sand demon. Now this one
loincloth.
Now this one's funny, right? Because this is a great piece. You can see the demon in the sand over here, the face.
Oh yeah.
But you remember when we did the Michael Golden one, and you had Esperana in the back, in the bottom, the woman. Mm-hmm. So this is from the same storyline, different artist interpretation, a different part of the story.
Okay, cool.
This is a classic, and this is probably one of the better skull covers out there, and this piece is just amazing.
Well, the girl looks amazing.
Hey, look, all of us as young men wanted a girl to hang on our leg like that.
I'm sure you did.
Now, this one I love because, so when it comes to horror creatures, Stephanie, I love werewolves.
Okay.
And the colors in this, the moon, I think you'll like the girl on this one as well.
Okay. Wow.
And to me, Stephanie, Earl Norham was one of those artists that wasn't talked about enough. You saw all these other people talked about and celebrated, and I thought Joe Jusko was better than them. Oh. Now, we talked about Esperana, right? She's going to be on this next piece I show you.
Okay.
His rendition's way better. Because it shows her fighting like she does. So there's Conan back to back with Esperana.
Okay.
And then for the last piece, a yellow background, which a lot of people really like a lot. And you can see the struggle on Conan's face on this one. But out of all the ones I just showed, this one I probably think is the weakest one. Although with Earl Norham, I don't think there is weakness. I just think he's that good.
Okay.
So, I mean, now if you're mean to him next week, I'm just going to cry on camera and that's it.
Okay, that's a deal. That's a deal. Let's make that bet right now.
I'm just kidding. But that's your sneak peek for next week. Of course, I will take pictures of these and send them to you later.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. And then that'll give me a week to really find any small details that I don't like.
Norman Rad says, hold on. The people are commenting. Let's see what they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, G. Jackson Worker, he says, I still want a girl to hang on his leg like that. Norman Rad, the Wolfman looked weird but cool. And Phil says, wait, why does a werewolf have a hoof like a goat? because it's kind of a hybrid, Phil. It's a fun story. Um, you'd have to read it to really get it, but it fits what the story is. And Mark Andrews, Earl Norman was really he really was, because his body of work is not only massive, it's all impressive. Norrin Rad, great pose. Phil says Norrin agreed. It kind of looked like Ozzy in the Bark of the Moon video with shorter hair. My wife is liking these upcoming pieces better.
Yeah.
And
I agree, Mrs. Tastic.
Norrin says he likes the Demon. Jackson Rickard says the other portfolio of his in this series is better. I know. I wish I had it. I only have 6 of them. I think there was 9 or between 9 and 12 of them, Stephanie, but I only have 6.
Should I print off one or something?
Well, we can. I mean, we can always keep reviewing art. You can just print off what you want to review, and we can always do more shows like that. That's up to you. Sorry, Mr. Norm. Bobby Dale Gallows, but Matt Woods, I just shed a tear knowing the thrashing that Norm was going to get next week. Marvel Preview 12 for Norm is amazing. Oh, do I have that one? You're gonna make me look that up real quick.
Maybe I'll look it up too.
Marvel Preview 12. Oh yeah, that is a beauty. I don't have this. I'm gonna. So
fantastic.
So I'm gonna show you the cover that he was talking about, Stephanie.
Okay.
But,
woo!
So that's Lilith, the mother of demons.
Sexy. Dang.
Oh, I'm sorry. In this one, she's daughter of Dracula.
Okay, that's really cool.
And if anyone trashes these picks next week, Gary, it's going to well up and play Everybody Hurts.
You should have some theme songs ready, maybe.
We can't, Stephanie. We'll get canceled.
Okay, that's true. But Gary, you can sing, right?
No, I sing horribly, Stephanie.
Come on, you can sing.
Your ears would bleed on live camera.
No, Okay, let's talk about next week.
Yes. All right. Let me make it equal here.
All right.
All right. So let's talk next week.
Next week's our last show
in this series.
In this series, not forever, Gary. Don't cry. Okay.
Oh no, Stephanie and I have been talking about other things we're gonna do.
Yes. But this next show is our last of this series, and it's kind of sad. And I know Red Sonja is your favorite, so she'll probably be showing up. Okay. And I think I have a couple of homies to come pop in and help critique. Maybe they'll take your side.
All right. No, come on now. Let's not pretend.
I'm serious. Anyway, I got a lot of people
coming. We're always the crowd favorite.
I got people coming, and it should be fun. It should be a party. I like to think of it kind of like as a Red Sonja Palooza.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, we can go extra long and just have a lot of fun with it.
I think we might have to.
Stephanie and I have still not received pictures of your action figures, which you guys keep promising you're sending us.
Simple Simon sent me one.
All right, he's
so I have one. We're going to do a whole episode just on his statue if we have to.
Oh, because they got to send us multiple pictures, multiple angles. Why am I trying to put this away now?
Fidgeting like I do now.
Bob Larkin was great. Bob Larkin did a lot. I wish I had his because he has one of the most expensive covers to get, Stephanie, Bob Larkin, which was $192.
Mm-hmm.
A shark cover. Matt Woods says the best duo in YouTube history. Thanks, Matt.
So Matt, stop.
This has been a fantastic series, Gary and Stephanie. Mark says this sounds interesting. You know what? Do I have? I might have 192 right over there, but it has been a fun series. So we didn't know what it was going to be when we started it. We just knew we were going to have fun doing it. But part of the fun, and I think Stephanie would agree, is we've had a great turnout with the audience, a lot of comments, a lot of great audience participation, and you guys have made it a lot of fun for us to do. Wouldn't you agree, Steph?
That's what makes it. I mean, if it was just you and me here talking, Gary, that's great.
Yeah,
But
but
the
we could
fact
do
that
that
there's other people,
backstage.
the fact that there's other people
Right.
that in the comic book family that want to come hang out and chat, it really I love it. It's fun. So I'm always down. You know.
And then in the last episode, maybe we can get all of you to give a critique on Stephanie's critique.
What?
So we'll rate Stephanie's critique of the art pieces 1 through 5. Will she get a 1, a 2, a 5? Who knows? Jackson says, well, you got half of that right, Matt. To be clear, I mean, Stephanie is a good half, right? No one disagrees with you. Comic Journey, does that mean you won't be doing anything else? No,
No.
CJ. Stephanie and I have plans to keep making programs together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Agree, Jackson. Can we get Gary off the show? Yes, you can come replace me, Matt, and I'll watch and critique. Mark Andrews, Stephanie critique. Yeah, have at it. So he's all about critiquing your critiques.
I don't know if I can take it.
Should we put you on the hot seat next week, Stephanie? It looks like
Oh
the
my-
crowd wants to.
Oh my gosh, what's the hot seat?
I mean, just us critiquing your critique,
No. Yes, you could. I could take it.
right?
I can defend my stances, I believe.
She's not sensitive. She often is very mean to me backstage, and I have to.
I am so
She is not. You guys already know Stephanie is one of the nicest people out there. All right, so CJ is saying hi to Bobby, but
Comic Journey. I feel like I should just be going like this to say like bye. Bye, Comic Journey.
oh, I did not notice the finger ring. Very nice.
Oh yes, I got
Well, at least you didn't put it on the middle finger, Stephanie.
No.
Please, Matt. My show In the Hot Seat is not intimidating at all. It's all my shows are friendly.
I mean, what questions are you asking in the hot seat? Did Matt Woods be in your hot seat?
Matt's been in the hot seat before.
How was it, Matt?
And CJ says you don't want any Monica. You've been in the hot seat too. You were on the show once. It's just interviews where people learn more about you.
Yeah.
We could always do a Stephanie specific one though,
Okay. Yeah.
where we just learn more about you and your art. And
Okay. Sure, I'd be down with that.
well, I would be really interested in doing a show where you show your art and talk about your art.
I've been thinking about that a lot. I've been very busy right now, but I'm thinking about something where I can show off my art, and I have an art project I'm going to be starting very soon, a commission, and I was thinking of having a live stream of me working on it, and people could come in and comment and ask questions and stuff.
Phil thought you sprained your finger. He didn't know it was a ring.
It's the coolest ring ever, Phil.
Matt Woods is picking you.
I have pictures.
Yes, Xavier.
Oh.
Love you. All right. And,
Wait, I'm waiting for the I love you back, Dad.
He did say it. He says, love you too. So Lauren Rad would love to learn more about Stephanie's art.
Ah, thank you.
And Lauren Rad, yes, we need pics of toys. You have to send them to Stephanie and I on Instagram. All the angles that you can get of us of a toy that you want us to critique. We're trying to get a show together where we critique action figures and toys and what does Stephanie call them?
Dolls.
She loves saying it. Dolls.
They're dolls. I played with Barbie dolls when I was young.
And Izzy wants to get you on the Sketchy Show one day.
What's that?
I think it's where you draw live with other people.
Ooh. I would love that. I would love that. I love drawing.
I don't know what that's in reference to, Matt. Open invitation.
Oh, thank you.
Action
Is it
figures.
yours? Thank you.
And Mark is telling you action figures and toys. And G. Jackson Wickirk saying, grr, dolls, grr. At this point, Jackson, I think she just says it because she knows she's going to get you riled up. Stephanie likes to poke the bear a little.
I do.
Right? She likes to get a reaction. It makes it a bit more fun, right?
It does. It does.
All right, so next week, Stephanie has guests lined up. And
Yes.
so we'll have them backstage. Now,
Okay.
we can have up to 10 people, Stephanie. So,
Well, I wouldn't be expecting 10, Gary. So
okay. So
I'd be
that way,
expecting more like 5.
yeah, we just have to, I mean, well, you and I will discuss the details later.
Mm-hmm.
How we're going to run it and how we're going to bring them on. So
Right.
we'll get that all sorted out ourselves. But you guys won't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just like the rest of the episodes have been. It'll be a little bit extra.
I was
And-
imagining we could bring on one guest at a time, and that person could help critique a piece of the art. So it'll be like
and
5 guests.
you guys have wanted to see Red Sonja the whole series. Stephanie's going to make that happen for you.
It's a new cosplay. Yeah.
Rob
And
says dazzling.
thanks.
Right.
Well, I have a
And
sword.
and
Even though
there
it's
you
not
go. That's a preview of her Red Sonja cosplay next week is the sword.
I got the sword.
And you already adjusted the wig, right? You said you worked on the wig already.
I did. I put on my friend Annette, and I'm like, Annette, you gotta be my mannequin. So I was like braiding the wig.
Right.
She was sitting there. She was sitting there like hating life, just sitting there. Red Sonja.
Was she like the things I do for you?
She's like the producer of my show. She helps with set designs. She's great. She's my boss.
Tony says, I would volunteer, but I'll be hanging out with Keith Williams next Saturday. Tony, Keith Williams, you are going to love. That dude is one of the nicest creators I've ever met. And not only is he one of the nicest creators, he signed like 6 books for me. His wife is as great as he is. They're really nice people. You are going to love talking to Keith Williams. He is just a really nice guy. Like, you will be completely enamored with him the whole time. But I think that's our. Stephanie's laughing at something over there.
I didn't know.
Oh, Keith Williams? He did a lot of inking for Marvel.
Oh.
Yes, and Rob says Keith shared some great stories about him working with Stan Lee when he had him sign his Ravage 2099. Oh, Jackson, I thought Gary was going to show us a Keith Williams tattoo. No, I'm roasting. I'm going to melt in my chair from that jersey. Yeah, I'm 50. The guns are.
I thought you were going to keep
going,
Gary. This is what I was saying.
Huh?
I thought you were going to keep going.
No, I haven't seen the money yet, Stephanie. Great show, all. No, the jerseys are nice, but they're really hot, Stephanie.
I believe it. I believe it.
But,
for your art.
right, I tried. That's all I could do to dress up today was put a jersey on.
Well, that was halfway admirable.
And but Mark Andrews says great show. He'll catch it from the beginning.
Aw, thanks, Mark.
And Brad says great show. Thank you, Elbor. And the Jackson River Creek says thank you both. Have a great weekend.
Aw.
And Matt says, can we give this show 2 thumbs up, which means a thumbs down? So Matt's
What? A 2 thumbs up means a thumbs down. You're so mean, Matt Woods.
Rob, make it rain, Gary. Thanks, Matt.
It's $5.
Yes. And
Where's my purse? I could go get it.
Look, I can't take my shirt off every time somebody pays money. Well, Matt says he meant it as a compliment. All right, just for you, Rob. There we go. And just to disturb Mark Andrews just a bit. All right, and now that you've seen this old dude, we can get out of this broadcast. Scars, no loincloth though. I got to draw a line somewhere. All right, you ready to say goodbye, Stephanie?
Brian, get that loincloth ready, and I hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for coming out and hanging with us.
I need a shirt.
Yeah, you're You're naked pretty much on TV now.
Thank you, Stephanie. Until next time, guys. Keep it casual.